Well, coming up next, Steve Smith, KG5VK, our North Texas Section Manager. Steve, are you on the air or do you want to share via Zoom?
Okay, Bob, I'd like to thank you and your group wholeheartedly for inviting me to this session. And I would like to say thank you to all the other clubs, DARC, Dallas Amateur Radio Club, Laura, Louisville Amateur Radio Association, Lott, Lake Area Amateur Radio Club, Park, Plano Amateur Radio Club, and RWK, Richardson Wireless Club. And hopefully I did not butcher any of the acronyms or the synonym for the acronym, if you will. Hi. And if you want to reset the repeater now, go ahead, go right ahead. Club officers that are present during this presentation, I would really appreciate if you drop me an email with your good telephone contact number. I would like to contact you within probably before the end of this week about some information. And of course, my email address for anybody that needs to contact myself is kg5vk@arrl.org. And I'll give that again phonetically. Kilo Golf 5 Victor Kilo @arrl.org. I appreciate it. A couple of things. Bob already mentioned that the ARRL is trying to convince the FCC on their newest proposal to delete 3.4 gigahertz amateur band from amateurs. Basically that can be read on the ARRL website under news and features. But in a nutshell, the ARRL's argument is, with regard to interference potential, ARRL stated amateur radio operators using these bands are technically proficient and have a long history of sharing band plans with primary users in this and other bands without causing interference. So I am somewhat hopeful that the FCC is going to concur and change their mind on kicking us off that portion of the band, because I know this presents a hardship to more than a few clubs with reference to the Arden networks. And the Arden networks, of course, we've used that in many arguments. I did myself, and so have many others, making comments that Arden Network serves the communities in a high population count widely. So that would be an injustice not only to the amateurs trying to serve the communities, but could present weather hazards to the communities themselves. Go ahead and reset your repeater, Bob.
Reset complete.
Thank you, sir. Mentorfest 2020 has been canceled. I made that decision about a week ago after we had a section management staff meeting, and everybody that was in that meeting concurred with the direction that I was leaning, and therefore I took the steps to cancel Mentorfest. I realized the current ARRL NTX.org website still shows Mentorfest as happening this coming month, but if you go, we won't be there. So don't go this year. So we're planning on having a bigger, better, badder Mentorfest 2021. With hopes and prayers that we will have this COVID-19 stuff well behind us by then. Speaking of the website, we do have a new website that is about to go live. We had hoped to have it live before the end of September, but Murphy's Law has thrown us a curveball, so it's going to be about another 2 weeks before the new version of ARRL NTX.org has a livelier and more impact and useful-looking face. Something else that's very close to my heart right now is tower safety. We've had a lot, more than a few, amateur radio operators die from working on towers. Over one every other month. And that is just crazy, y'all. That's just crazy. And some of it is just common sense stuff that out in the heat, the battle to get the things up in the air and working, people are taking shortcuts. Please, everybody, slow down, think before you act, and do it safely. There's only one right way and safe way to do it. If you're working with Ron Tower equipment, Ron has a free catalog out. It's easily downloadable as a PDF document. Put it up the right way, the correct way, and if you're going to climb, make sure you learn how to do it right and use a harness that is NC the Z359.11. The Z359.11 approved harness. I saw a post on Facebook recently of a young man that climbed a 50-foot tower, and he had obviously had a homemade harness on. And I said, I posted a comment that, hey, it looks cool and all that, and I'm glad you're safely on the ground, but please use a real safe climbing harness. And somebody asked me, well, what's wrong with that one? Well, he didn't have, instead of having shoulder straps on his harness, he had a neck strap. In other words, a noose. Not very good.
Complete.
Thank you, sir. I recently created a club officers to section management staff group on groups.io. If any of you officers that are listening to this presentation are not familiar with that, please simply drop me an email and I'll point you to the link. And as always, all of my contact information may be found on any current issue of QST on page 16, listed there with all the other section managers. Our division directors' contact information is on the prior page on page 15 of each issue of QST. I also began having we decided to have quarterly roundtable discussions, virtual discussions, using Zoom with club officers and section management staff. After we had a recent such roundtable with our division director and club officers, we decided that we were going to do that. And some of that input was from club officers that wanted that, as well as the groups.io discussion. Somebody had mentioned or brought up the question that our former section manager, Jay Urich, had a Yahoo group for such discussions, and I was not aware of that, so I immediately created that group that evening and had it live the next morning.
Information net.
What else So I already talked about the FCC proposal to the ARRL proposal to seeking changes with the FCC on 3.4 gigahertz. And the last thing I have, but not least, is within about 48 hours ends the period for nominees or nominations for the 2021-2022 North Texas Ham Radio Operator of the Year Award. So I've received 3 nominees so far. So in about on the 1 October, nominations will cease to be accepted, and I will form a panel of 3 from the section management staff to vote on those nominees. Other than that, I think that's all I got. And let's let you reset the repeater, and I have one more important thing, and then a question-answer session, Bob.
Reset complete.
Thank you, sir. I'm kind of don't know how to do a virtual door prize since we're simulcasting over RF at the same time. I would already have a number picked and just pick one off the screen. So, any suggestions from you, Bob, or your team?
Steve, we've got an expert at this.
All right.
Kelly, are you on air?
This is KC58. Yes, I am on air.
Kelly, go ahead and help Steve out. Steve, I guess, needs a number, so... Okay, Steve, you want Kelly to get his random number generator, or you got a number in mind?
23rd of this month was my birthday, so I got a real low number for y'all. Hi. 65.
Roger, 65. Kelly, who would that be?
65 will be KF5 LDJ Michael Porter. KC58 disconnect.
20 hours, 30 minutes, 62 degrees.
5 Lima Bravo Juliet, correct?
That is correct, and that's Michael Porter, our Aries representative of the area, so that's kind of cool.
Sure, he's good on QRZ.com, and I will be sending him a even more Wire Antenna Classics Volume 3 book, and that will probably go out in the mail by the end of this week. Thank you, and thank you everybody that attended this evening. I really appreciate it, and as your section manager, please, y'all give me a holler anytime, and club officers, drop me an email with your phone number so I can give you a shout later this week. And I am standing by.
Thank you, Steve. And I'm going to turn it over to Kelly now. Really appreciate everyone that's contributed to this. This has been a lot of fun. Cool presentations. But right now, in the light of the spirit of the prizes, I'm going to hand it over to Kelly. Kelly?
Thank you very much to everybody that participated in tonight's meeting on the air, especially to our presenters. That was great to hear some of the activities taking place in the other clubs around us, and gives us some great ideas to steal, and we're going to be more than happy to do that. And go ahead and support the events that you guys have. I've heard really good things about Dallas's, the maker thing. Oh, I can't even remember what he called it now. Anyway, but a lot of good things in a lot of our clubs around the area. All right, I have 2 items to give away tonight. The first item I'm going to give away is the 2B3 AM radio receiver kit. It's a homebrew DIY project for enthusiasts. And my thoughts behind that is it does require a little bit of soldering, but it's a fairly simple kit to put together. And I thought for anybody new to the hobby or new to the idea of trying to do their own soldering or interested in getting into kit building, this might be a great way to get them started. So let's go ahead and click on my random number generator. And our random number generator gives us number 51. Number 51 is Kilo Bravo 5 November of Foxtrot Tango, Dale, KB5 NFT in Carrollton.
Congratulations, Dale. What else you got, Kelly?
Information net.
Hey, the other prize for tonight is one that we've given away a couple of times, and I've gotten some really good feedback, and I think it's a great little gift to add to your station, and that's the MFJ 108B 24 12-hour dual-hour clock. So you can set one side to local time and one side to UCT, Universal Coordinated Time. Number for that one will be, number 2. Number 2 is Todd, Whiskey Echo 5 Tango Romeo. So Todd, we've got a little clock to give to you. So very good and congratulations.
Think about that, Todd.
Thanks DCARA quite a bit for that. I think it's my first DCARA door prize. WE5TR, back to you.
Congratulations. Okay, Kelly, we got anything else?
All right, well, very good. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight and tuning in either on Zoom or on the air. It was a great net, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad everyone was here. So this is KC5AMT. Until next month, 73.
Thanks a lot, Kelly. Everybody always looks forward to your part. That's cool. Okay, in closing, well, we just went through Kelly and all the prizes. That's great. Again, I want to say really special thanks to all the area club representatives and to Steve, our North Texas section manager. I thought it was really cool. Before closing, I'll ask everybody, you can call Net Control if you've got any questions or you need any fills. Go ahead.
When Steve was calling out Michael's call sign, he called KF5L Bravo Juliet. It should be Delta Juliet.
Was not on QRZ. I looked him up on your club roster, so I got it fixed. Any questions for me while I got the mic? Awesome one. Everybody stay safe.
Thanks a lot, Steve. All right, with nothing else, I guess, to cover, I want to say good night to everybody, and we're going to close this net at 8:38 local time. Be safe out there, everybody. See you next time.